Okay, up next we have Michael Carter. He is the U.S. advisor at Lipa Learning. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
I am excited about this one.
Yeah, me too.
So you're the U.S. advisor. That lets us know that the team is elsewhere. Where's the team?
They're in Prague in the Czech Republic.
I'm going to have to put this just a little closer so folks online can hear you. If you can move that up
Okay.
there. There
Yeah.
you go.
They're in the Czech Republic, which doesn't connect by BART. So
Oh,
they,
okay.
they asked me to do it. They've been working on this for a couple of years. It's a nice team. They're very smart people. I like their approach. Every time they do something, they put it in front of kids. And I met them this summer, and I agreed to help them and look at what they're doing and criticize it from the other end of the age spectrum. And they asked me to show this tonight.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Let's get to it.
Okay, let me hook it up.
And I'll hang on to that for you.
Go ahead.
Here you go.
This. Oh, this one.
Yeah.
And probably want to switch it to this one. So what they've developed is a suite of 10 activities for really, really short people. I mean, I'm talking about, 6 months old to 6 years old. And so can you show that on the, yeah.
There we go.
So the learning tree is basically their map. When I work with people that are doing learning stuff, I say one of the most important things is to have the child and either the parent or the teacher be oriented towards what the kid's doing. I mean, that's what leveling in games is all about. You know what level you just finished and you know where you're going. So this learning tree is about the green circle down here is really the basic skills. And since we're talking about really young kids with iPad activities, there are things like touching, moving, identifying, and so forth. And then they go up to the 4 areas of curriculum. There's letters, there's creativity and design, there's numbers, and then there's kind of science. And what they've done with their 10 apps, you can see, here's 9 of them over here, is basically each one is targeted to a different age and to a specific skill. Now the one that I wanted to show tonight is Lipa Eggs. This is sort of their community. Here is what each parent gets if they ask and can figure out the code. It's a learning areas creativity, it's working towards design. It's basically coaching the parent to understand what's going on with their kid, which is critical. And there's sort of a mothership app that gathers the data of the kid's activity and reports in a really credible, simple way what they're doing. How many people out here have kids? How many people have like nieces and nephews? Okay, so this probably is not as much fun for you as bananas, but I'm gonna show you anyway. So it's a well-structured set of activities. So at the very basic level of what you've got the kids doing is recognizing a pattern and then imitating the colors. So this is pretty straightforward.
Yay!
Right?
Nice.
We get each one of the primary
Yay!
colors.
Nice. Yay! Woohoo!
Then you get them to mix the colors in proportion. Then when you move up to the next level, it gets a little more complicated. Suggestions? What is it? Yeah, yellow.
Yay!
And UI with kids is really, really important. I used to say that there should be a special place in hell for anybody that makes a 5-year-old girl feel like she did something wrong. because the UI is not done right. This is what I love about this thing, watch. We do the red, and then, see this thing over here, see the rags? That's your hint that, you know, you're doing something wrong. So after the first time that happens, then the kids watch for that as a kind of reality check. So then we go here. And then it's like anything that's good in this genre, there's also the free form. And as you get up each level, you get kind of Mr. Potato Head kind of affordances. So then you get to make your own. So we do this and this and this. And the idea is, by this point, the kid owns the app, right? The kid has mastered the whole color shape thing. So now they get to play as long as they want and as much as they want. So that's kind of what these guys set out to do, was to create things like this with with essential skills. The problem that interests me as an old man is that, I don't know if you all know it, but today California as a state, as a population, is more illiterate than it was yesterday.
Here you go, you can hang on.
And that's going to be true for as long as I live. And that's because kids come to school unprepared with really basic skills to learn from the schools the way they're designed. And that's true all over the world, that rich kids get a lot more learning done by the time they go to school than kids who don't have parents who lavish attention on them and give them the right kind of toys and engage them in the right kind of activities. So this is kind of a small step, and the other reason why I like these guys is basically the model. I'm going to be working with them with some of the larger foundations in the United States, like the Gates Foundation, to try to essentially make this free and distribute it as widely as possible for anybody that wouldn't spend 99 cents on an app, and make the premium version accessible only to people accessible to people that have to pay for it, only to people that have the money to pay for it. So the goal is really to get as many people as possible, as many kids as possible, to get ready to grow up wanting to learn and to go to school at the level.
This sounds like a fantastic app. I think everyone can see that this has a lot of potential, definitely. So if anyone here wants to get involved and help him penetrate the US market with this, please feel free to see him after the show, and we'll get more information that way.
Yeah, and if you want to get the app, which will be out next week, the first 5, you just go to lipalearning.com/subscribe and give them your email, and they'll tell you, and your platform.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate it. Thank you. Excellent demo.